some guy just walked in with 6 guns, a box of ammunition, human remains, and a ton of silver bullion on the ground in my hotel. I should preface this by saying this is a 100% true story, and I have not changed any names to protect the innocent because we were all guilty as hell. Now that I got that out of the way, I want to tell you this story. Right after my dad passed away, I had a whole bunch of stuff that I had to go get from his place, stuff that I had inherited, some family treasures and some personal items and stuff, and I just had to go get them. This list was pretty expensive. It included about 6 firearms, had a whole bunch of antique quilts. That was my wife's grandmother's quilts that she had made. I had my dad's ashes, which is right here. My brother was nice enough to put them into a drink shaker for me and turn it into an urn, and then put a little hat on it, because my dad always wore a hat like that with one of my dad's pins on it. So that's my dad's ashes was in there. And then also there was a huge box full of silver coins. My dad collected silver coins, probably 10 to 15 pounds worth, right? They were worth pretty good money. And I had to bring all this stuff back with me. So we flew to Baltimore, rented a car, drove back to Omaha, right? Normally I'll make that trip from Baltimore to Omaha in about 18 hours. It's not a bad trip. This time though, I was hitting traffic pretty much everywhere I went. So we ended up getting around Chicago area, and we're like, I think we should probably call it a night. We're both getting tired. Me and my son, he doesn't drive, so we're both getting tired. I'm the only driver, so let's just get a room tonight. So we don't want to stop in Chicago because I got the firearms in the back, and I know how Chicago's firearms laws are. So we decided to get a little past Chicago. Now we're still in the metro area when we stopped. We hadn't gone out of like the constant city traffic. We did start seeing some fields, some farms. So I'm like, it's probably close enough to like rural Illinois that we'll be all right. So we got a hotel room that night. I go in, get the room key, get one of those push carts from the hotel, and I go back out. My son's watching our stuff. We load all the stuff up. Now, we're very careful how we do this. We take the antique quilts, we lay them down on the bed of this hotel cart, luggage cart. We put the firearms on top of that. We fold it over. We put suitcase on top of that, silver bullion on top of that. We got some toy tractors around and some other stuff that we loaded around it to kind of fill in. And then, we had my dad's ashes kind of sitting on the side of it. Right. You get the picture. Go back into the room. Swipe the card. The door opens, but immediately catches. The deadbolt inside had been shut somehow from the inside. Nobody's in there, but it's shut. I can't get into this. So I go down to the front desk, and I'm like, hey, I don't know what to tell you, but that room, the deadbolt's locked. Nobody's in there that I can tell. Like, I don't know what to do with this. And they said, oh, it happens all the time. We got a tool for that. They dig in a drawer, they get out a tool, they go back, they literally walk up with me, pop the thing open, and start walking away. I thank them, and I'm starting to move the cart back. And as they're walking away and I start moving this cart, the entire load falls on this cart. Just falls over. The person, the clerk, turns back immediately with this sound, and her eyes get about as wide as saucers, and I can see her jaw drops. And as I look down, I realize it didn't just fall over. It unfurled itself perfectly, right? So now I've got the ashes laying on its side on the ground. I've got the silver bullion has broken open. I've got a ton of silver coins all over the floor. It looks like I just robbed Fort Knox or something, and just there's tons of silver on the floor. Then I start looking down, and the antique quilt had unwrapped itself, and 5 of the 6 firearms are now sticking out right there. And this woman, her jaw is on the floor, and she's staring at it, and then she just looks up at me and she's like, have a nice night, and she walks away kind of quickly. So I'm just assuming that the police are coming to see me tonight. That's just my assumption. If I was the hotel clerk, I probably would have thought about it. Because I'm just assuming that this woman's calling the police, and she's saying, some guy just walked in with 6 guns. I had some ammunition too. A box of ammunition, human remains, and a ton of silver bullion on the ground in my hotel. Didn't look good, y'all. So me and my son's like, do we just leave? I'm not comfortable here because I'm pretty sure the police are coming. I don't really want to talk to the police. I don't know how the police in this area of Chicago are, but I can't imagine they're going to be pleasant. And we just decided to stay. We figured if we left, it's a little more suspicious anyway. But nonetheless, the police never showed up. We had a good night and uneventful next drive, and we got all the stuff back here. Can you imagine if that made the news in Chicago, though? Somebody's like, yeah, human remains found among 6 firearms and a bunch of silver bullion. Every time I tell that story, I feel more and more like a pirate. Arr, getting me stuff back to Omaha. You lamb numbers. I don't know. That's what I got today, y'all. Hey, do me a favor. If you've been following me this long, I need you to follow me on Facebook. It's Clem Jameson Comedy, Jokes from the Bunker. TikTok, Clem Jameson Comedy, Jokes from the Bunker. And YouTube, Clem Jameson Comedy, Jokes from the Bunker. I'm not sure where you're watching this right now because I put it on a few places, but go follow me on those things. I could sure use the support. And thanks for all you guys do. I'm really enjoying doing this online content stuff, and my fans are great. So let me know in the comments if you like this and what you want to hear next. I've got a ton of stories. Give me some topics though in the comments, and I'll be happy to talk about some things, my perspective on things. So that's all I got tonight, guys. Be good. Have a good one.